How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? This is Red Zone News. Sooner or later, people who are activists, people who are fighting for people's rights and all that crap, will soon get the message. Soon get the message that the government and the police are not playing with y'all no more. Okay? And it's simple as that. And they're coming after these activist leaders. Nowadays, there was another female, I forgot her name. She was found in the bottom of the water in the ocean. They found her in some kind of bay. She was thrown off a bridge. They said she was suicidal and she killed herself, which, in fact, everybody in their rightful now mind know that somebody killed that woman. Okay, and nobody has solved that case yet. Okay, now you have another person. Another activist. I'm telling you, people, they are dropping off like flies. And black people and activists and people around the United States of America gotta realize your rights are being destroyed. They are trying to shut people up. I mean, the government, the police, they're no longer cooperating you. They don't want to listen to the people. Okay? They just going to leaders' houses and they have family members and the people they know and finding where these people are at and straighten or killing them. Okay? You don't get no it's ridiculous. And this is where we're coming to. This is where we're coming to. It's Atlanta police shot and killed an activist, Oscar Kane, with their cams turned off. Oscar Kane, by the looks of his picture, was a ringleader of people that protest police brutality, and now they're getting off. Simple as that. Okay, first they started with the legal assembly. Now they are just offering your activist leaders. Okay, this is not the first person I saw who was an activist leader wound up dead. Okay, this is a new trend, and people gotta understand there's phases to this thing. It's phases to this thing, man. It's phases, little phases here and there, and then they just cut off the freaking head. All right. And that police department incident report that tells the fatal shooting of a community activist, Oscar Kane, gives very little details on his murder. Obviously, he gives little details of his murder because it was a cop that murdered him. You see something? You can't get answers from a people who controls the media and the police department. That's freaking ridiculous. You're not gonna get no freaking answers. Whoever is controlling anything, they control the police department and reports and the coroner. They control all these people because the police officer's body cam had been turned off. Now, personally, they're doing that more and more, and they're not getting no penalties for it. This cat who murdered Oscar Scott, he got death duty for 3 days, and he will be back on the force, on the streets of Atlanta, patrolling for your safety. Okay? The Georgia Bureau of Investigations, the GBI, I remember that when I was in Atlanta. I found out it was a GBI in Atlanta, and I found that very amusing. It was not the FBI, it was a GBI. Okay, identified the death of an armed man who fled an officer pursuing as a 31-year-old Oscar Scott. Now, personally, most people who are activists usually don't believe in guns. in violence. I mean, people who are legitimate activists don't believe in guns and violence. They don't believe in none of that crap. Okay, it's not part of their freaking makeup. And if this man was genuine on what he believed in, these people could be lying. Okay, and as simple as that, we fight. We they fight what what their words, not with arms. Now you got people nowadays going to Black Lives Matter and they going to protest and they supposed to be nonviolent, but Black Lives Matter be having people burning up shit, destroying crap, and all that stuff like that. I believe that's a poison pill set by the elites to disrupt the movement called Black Lives Matter. The Georgia Bureau of Investigations identified the death of an armed man who fled an officer pursuing as 31-year-old Oscar Kane. Kane was best known in his Atlanta community as activist and community organizer, named Atlanta Field Director for the League of Young Voter Education Fund, and later with the Gene Y Project of American Friends and Service Communities. Now, if he was a community leader, there's no freaking chances this man was some kind of armed assailant. He couldn't gather as much people, or he wouldn't be well known like that if he carried freaking arms. But, you know, some people actually act like they are nonviolent in the public, but in enclosed areas, they might have arms. You never know. Uh, it took lead in a campaign to force the Atlanta PD department to equip police with body cams. The incident report in question was written as a result of the Kane shooting, which took place on March 31st in Southwest Atlanta, according to Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Next to nothing was detailed in the report, which only considers of 3 sentences. I offer Marquis Kelly. Discharge my city issued 9mm Glock as suspect at 501 Cardinal Sec Avenue. Kelly is currently on a 3-day leave from the department and a standard practice after officer weapon is discharged. Now, personally, it's supposed to be a week, but who counting? Discharged during the line of duty. His city-issued Glock is currently in possession of the police department. Black American Web details upon Kelly's return, he was placed on administrative duty. The assignment was before the investigation was complete and also before Kane's burial. Additional details report Atlanta Police Chief Eric Shields originally complained to place Officer Kelly back into full duty before objecting to administrative duty. So his cam was off. His cam was freaking off after he shot that young man. Is that an incident? Is that a coincidence, or this is it's just some kind of plague that's going on? Every time they turn the damn thing off. Okay. Now I'm not saying the man didn't have a gun, or if he did have a gun, but you know, all the shootings of black innocent men, especially the young lady who was thrown off a bridge, who was an activist who was thrown off a bridge, and they found him her body weeks later. I doubt if she was toting guns. I doubt if she was a problem because she was so slim. But the reason why I bring her up because this is another activist that's been killed within several months from each other. Okay, so that's a little suspicious. The gun situation with this guy came because he's an activist. Another activist died a couple of months before, and that's something called a trend. That's something called could be used as motive somehow. And I thought I'd just report that real quick because these protesters, man, these are protesters, activists against police department, activists against police brutality. All these people are going to be targeted, man. It's going to be targeted. They're going to be targeted. They're going to be targeted. And sooner or later, at least their followers are going to be targeted. I mean, this is standard issue procedure of destroying a problem, which is a constitutional right. Another right they're trying to destroy. They're trying to destroy the people's vote. They're trying to destroy the people's, not to mention the vote. They're trying to destroy the people's word and saying anything that the government does. And it's a sad situation in this constitutional place of America. But granted, black people got their freedom almost 60 some odd years ago. Okay? They ain't had no problem with all these rights for 200 years when black people were subjugated to Jim Crow and not considered human. But nowadays, these people have a problem with free rights, freedom of speech, freedom to bear arms, freedom to assemble in public areas, freedom to smoke a cigarette in the projects, freedom to drink a beer inside the projects. Everything is a freaking problem now. Okay? The world is at peace. It's only when the people get frustrated that other people have what they only should have, the world become chaos. The Bible states that when people of evil rule, everything is in chaos, mayhem, and anarchy. When people are who are good, who rule, people are happy and joyous, and so forth and so on. So basically, your government, your police departments, nor your situations in here cannot be dependent on because everybody is freaking miserable in the United States of freaking America. Okay, and as simple as that, they cannot be trusted. You go to the voters box, you're going to get one. You're going to get the same thing you're going to get if you voted for the other person. It's depressing because I grew up from 1970 all the way out to 1980s, all the way up to 1990s and early 2000s, and I've seen this place change immensely. This is Red Zone News, signing off.